And do you remember telling Emily Allant that you went down to Bethany's room because you heard the door close, the slider door close? That's when you went because you heard the door close. Do you recall that? Take a look at this. Officer Payne's report, November 13th, interviewed Emily Allant, and she said that Emily stated that she and Hunter woke up around 1 and they stayed up watching TV till like 3, at which point they went back to sleep. Emily said she woke up at approximately 10:30. Emily said that Mortensen called her approximately 1:51 and said that, in quotes, last night around 4 a.m., she heard and saw a man, and she and Bethany were locked in their room sleeping. And added she wanted Emily to come over to check the house because she was too scared. Emily also said that Mortensen heard Kiely scream and run up the stairs. A while later, Mortensen came out of her room and saw the man staring at her. Emily said the man didn't do anything to Mortensen. Mortensen said that she stayed locked in her room and heard the sliding door close.
That's
she
crazy.
ran into Bethany's room.
Big shout out to Lana. That shit crazy.
I asked Emily if she had asked Mortensen why she didn't call anyone that night. Emily stated that Mortensen told her it was because she was intoxicated and didn't want to believe what was going on. Mortensen also told Emily the man was wearing a mask and could only see his eyes and nose.
That's an excuse. That's an excuse, like, for not calling 911. There's no excuse
Emily
for that.
Stated that
big shout out to Lana.
Johnson went over to the house just before her. When Emily arrived, she said that she went upstairs but was stopped by Johnson, who told Emily that she did not want to see it. Emily also told me that she saw a knife laying on the floor at the top of the stairs when she went inside. Emily described the knife as being a steak knife. It was later determined that Johnson had grabbed the knife when he entered the house.
Then Hunter Johnson grabbed a knife.
So again, going back to this, which is
when you come to the house,
the interview that took place on 11/13, it was recorded, and it was that something I just find that's just off. Again,
no urgency to call 911,
but it's
no urgency at all to call 911.
It would qualify.
But everybody's terrified inside of that house. That shit crazy.
Okay, so Emily also said Mortensen heard Kiely scream and run up the stairs a while later. Now, again, that seems like it would be Payne's version, okay, because this is written up 1/10/2023. So a while later, like what's a while later? Like what the fuck is that? A while later.
Those reports are even wrote in late.
And saw the man staring at her.
reports being report
Well,
like
I only
broke
stated that the
late,
man
super
didn't do
late.
anything to Dylan.
Shit
Dylan said
crazy. Yep,
she
super late.
stayed locked in her room and heard the slide door close. That's what prompted her to then go. Once she heard the sliding door close, she then ran into Bethany's room. And now
But then,
that is just
but then
very
when you
interesting
run towards
because the
Bethany's
sliding
room,
door
you
was
acknowledge that you
open.
seen
And if the slider though was
Sana.
closed, right?
So if you
Then
seen
how did
Sana,
Murphy get back
you knew what
inside?
was going on. You knew what was going on. You didn't call the
Right?
cops. You seen Sana on the floor
Like
bleeding,
Kipler says, Murphy just
probably
waltz
still
back in.
alive by the time you went to Bethany's room. By the time
Ugh.
you ran towards Bethany's room, if you really took a look at Sana and you
Also,
seen her in the
we
floor,
only want to talk about this phone call at
you
11:51.
seen
There was
them either
text
fighting
messages
for
at
her life.
10:30
She had to
according
be
to Emily,
screaming or something
because Dylan brings it up in her interview that she
because
says
she didn't
that
die right
she
away.
thinks
Is in the
Emily's
report.
mistaken. I didn't text her at 10:30.
So when you
I said
go
I
towards Bethany's room, Sana had to be screaming while
But
dying,
again,
bleeding out.
these people would just be asked these
So
questions,
by the
and it's
time
just like, did you
Dylan
tell the
run
police this?
towards
And
Bethany's room, Sana's still alive. So we could only believe that she's still screaming and yelling for her life while bleeding out. She didn't die right away. So by the time she's saying what she said, she had to, if she admit that she saw Sana Canoro. So if you've seen Sana, you've seen her bleeding out.
now
It's
Hunter
no way
said,
that you couldn't see that.
again, this is Blaker
There's no way in hell
at
that you didn't see
2:19
Sana Canoro not
p.m.
bleeding out on the
I
floor.
conducted an
And
interview
you
with
didn't call
Hunter,
911.
and Hunter is a student, okay, and he said that oh wait, this is the one that's Hunter Chapin. Hold on, that's not the one I wanted.
Like it's heartbroken how these students trying to present a narrative that is being debunked. Like you cannot say what you say because with the narrative that you're trying to push, it shows you guilt of not reporting this crime on time. Oh, because I was under the influence and I didn't want the cops to see me on that. Like that's all cap. Like you can't sit there with a straight face and say that because no cop that is like a legit cop that is not corrupted and don't have no loyalty towards the Greek life, like they will not believe that. They will be like, yo, yeah, turn around, put your hands where I could see him, put some
Okay, this is
handcuffs, and
from
I need to
Dustin
talk
Blaker.
to you in the
Okay.
headquarters.
And this is Josie. And what's really interesting about this is
You're not gonna
Dustin
tell
Blaker
that story to a cop, and the
questioning
cop is
her
gonna
at
be
the police
straight there
station,
believing
and
anything
in this
that you
whole
say, especially when it doesn't
like
it doesn't make sense what you're
ridiculousness,
saying by 11 something while the cop when the cops get
there
there
was
by
nothing
12 by
about
afternoon when the cops get there,
this person was
everything that
not
you're
able to tell me
saying
anything
it
else related to
shows
the case. If you
it
read
shows
this, there is
urgency
nothing
and
about
that
that
you was
morning.
afraid, but you didn't call 911. Any cop will literally put you as
Dustin
a
Blaker interviewed
suspect right
Ava.
away. Big shout out to
Ava saw
Lana.
and heard all the emergency lights and sirens and looked out and saw some of her friends standing outside with white blankets around them. Ava went out and brought more blankets to the people outside to try and help. Ava told me a few weeks ago on October 14th at around 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. rather, she heard what she thought was a male walking up her door and trying to open up the door. this is who I believe Ann Taylor sent a subpoena to, this person. On November 14th at around KF, she was interviewed on 11/14, and this person told Blaker that she had contact with Bethany and Dylan on 11/12/2022. Dylan arrived at her residence at 10:30, and Bethany arrived at her residence around 11:30. This person lives at blank, 700 block of Taylor. Bethany and Dylan were at her residence for 2 to 3 hours. This girl said that she walked them past the Whites. Okay, so that would be like the tree house. And I realized that I was like, okay, they were at the tree house. Okay. And I was able to put this girl living at the tree house. And so she walked them past the Whites sometime before 2 hours, but she could not positively tell me. Blank said that she stayed on Taylor and then turned around, and she was not sure what route they took. And I think what Ann Taylor was getting at was there was 4 people, I believe, that she said. There were 3 or 4 other females with Bethany and Dylan. And if she's walking them past the Whites at 2, then how is anybody at that house at like 1 or 1:30? Or is this girl just like not know what she's talking about?
And how she knew that everybody got to the house at 1:45?
Time is all off, but she said
how she knows? How can she even say that everybody was talking about going back to the grub truck around that time?
If that house was just open for anybody to go. Did this girl get there?
Just serious?
Prior to the other people actually arriving? It was just like she's trying to figure shit out.
We've been knowing since 2022 that everybody was lying. And I'm glad that now with these documents that are coming out, we've been proven right all along. Big shout out to Lana Oriani. Big shout out to Kathy from the Indie Zone. Big shout out to Sleuty Harsh, Heather Fitzgerald, Kane, Dago, Wheelie. Big shout outs to y'all. Is that on point, Rican? You know who it is.
And just here's Payne just lying.
Lying like always.
Okay, I can't believe this. Payne is saying that he did not see. He's like, I, on November 24th, collected this black polar penguin glove from the parking lot. I conducted subsequent investigation by watching the body-worn camera of Officer Noonan's, the first MPD officer on scene, and looking over the scene photos taken by ISP forensic team. None of these sources showed the glove was present upon officers' initial response to the scene or during the processing of the scene on November 13th. It is unclear where the glove came from at the time of this writing.
Because they were not paying attention.
Blood is on that glove.
They were not paying attention. It's like I told ya. Don't be surprised if the DNA left in that scene
officer
outside of the so-called Bryan Kohberger.
Okay. The blood that they would have touched
without saying no names are students of the University of Idaho.
The blood on that glove is a single source male. And it's not Bryan Kohberger's.
Don't be surprised that's why all this stuff is being covered up, because these students of the University of Idaho committed this crime, not Bryan Kohberger.
Along here in this marathon. Hope you guys are having a great Labor Day.
We are, Lana. We're having a good time listening to you, though.
Lana, I'm new to following your deep
We're having a good time listening to you, Lana.
Lingering issues
Big shout out
in this investigation.
Don't strike me.
The
Please,
undercover
don't strike me. I need help.
About what they were doing the night before. Stone. Josie's on a vacation. So far away. The timeline. Everything to do with the timeline. and that there was no urgency to get into people's phones and to see this timeline.
It's like what type of
Um,
investigation they ran, like the first 48 hours investigation. What type of investigation they ran?
Oh, what's up, the Spitfire Dragon? I'm late, but so excited I finally caught alive. Good to see you. Good to see you in here. You're a
What
good
type
cat.
of
You're a good cat.
what type
Kay,
of 48
$4.99.
hour investigation they were running in this case?
The Outfield. Yes, that's the band. Ginger, it's really nice to spend your Labor Day. Yeah, I've got to give it up for all the hardworking laborers out there, all those stay-at-home moms working hard. How's Murky doing? How's Murky feeling? It's almost like Payne is trying to discredit the bloody glove by saying it wasn't there. Yeah, and we see it. And we see it. It's actually in that body cam. It's really like just in that body cam. I think after you read all these reports by both sides, you can definitely see that
the
the
day
FBI
today,
was
at
running
this
this
day today,
brigade.
after so
The
long,
FBI was calling the shots.
after so long, at this
No doubt
day
about it.
today, we
We don't even
still have
know
not
that
seen
answer.
a picture or a video.
I know when I started seeing Josie's on a vacation
where the night
far
shift was
away, that stays in my
located
head all
at.
day.
Like, where's the picture of a night
You don't
shift
even know that answer.
where they say it
FBI always
was?
in charge.
That's all we need to know. Like, where's the picture? Where's the video? Can we see that he was a sheep found right away? Like,
Murky is great.
it's crazy.
Some stuff with some ducks. Ooh.
Is it me?
Oh, okay.
Is it me?
All day, every day. What's
I
up,
don't
Sarah? How you
think
doing? Again, if you guys are watching, there is a live chat feature. So
big
when
shout
I'm
out to
pulling
Lana.
up and
Don't
I'm
subscribe.
saying
Lana's ping right
somebody's
there on the
pinging it, that's where it's
chat,
coming from.
and she's tagged on the
Do
description.
you guys remember when Alec Murdaugh went on trial and he was talking about his drug use habit and how much he used per day?
Yeah.
Something like that. Remember?
So
It was
we
just, like,
feel sorry for
astronomical.
him. Yeah. So we feel
But what
sorry
got me
for him.
thinking about even that case is, you know, what they were able to do in that case. About, we really kind of saw it for the first time, I think, in a trial where, dude, the phone's like, you know, horizontal, now it's vertical, then you're doing this, then you're doing that. And then we even saw more come out in the Karen Reed case about like this pocket state. Okay. And then but ask yourself something, like the way that the prosecution attempted to make John O'Keefe's phone, and then it was like, boom, just it stopped, and it was right where he got, you know, hit, and it never moved again. Look at the pocket state. It doesn't come out until 6:07, 6:10 in the morning.
Yep. Something like that.
You can manipulate data if you only explain it certain ways to make it seem like certain things.
Big shout out to everyone
And
watching.
I
J
just
Round
really,
Point,
really
we
want to
here. Let
see
me know
in
who's in
this
the
trial
chat. Talk to
how they
me.
were going to
Watching Lana Oriani.
showcase this data.
Spending time with the family. Baby here. Kids here. We here.
Like, when are these phones moving?
That on point
When are these
Rican,
phones
what up?
stop moving?
Big shout out to Lana Oriani.
You know,
Check
for
it out.
example, if somebody's saying that they're
Happy
sleeping
Labor Day to
from,
everyone.
I don't know, I
Happy
went
Labor
back to
Day.
bed and didn't wake up until 11. So
We
from
here.
8 a.m. until 11 a.m. And
Thank
there's
you,
like,
baby.
let's say 1,000
Appreciate it.
steps on the phone between that time frame. Okay. I think that you can say that
Big
that
shout out
person
to
is not
Pop
sleeping,
Up.
correct? Or somebody else would have had to have that phone, correct? So same thing goes for me with, like, I would expect if Maddie had her phone on her, right, and she's taking a bunch of steps because she's looking for Murphy that night, I would expect a lot of steps to be on her phone beginning at, I don't know, 2:15.
Nobody's gonna tell me the opposite, but I know in the back of my head, it's like, in my opinion, it's like, I know.
And then
that
I just want to see how
whenever
many
they
steps are taken after the
said
2:53 call.
the
If
Kiely
there's any steps taken.
shut off her
on
phone, the
with the phone.
Kiely's phone
Because
shut
Maddie's
off.
phone was on the,
In my opinion, due
like the
to the
nightstand
little
next to her
research
bed.
that we have done and listening to people,
And then
that's around the time
I know that in
they were
the line of questioning that came out,
pass.
the officers
Right around the
and the
time
detectives asked
Kiely
Bethany and Dylan if they had the
cell
pass
phone shut
codes
off,
to their phones.
in my
To any of the
opinion,
roommates' phones, if
that's
they knew their passcodes, and they said no, they didn't know them.
around the time she died. And if it's like that, like the timeline, the time of death and timeline, all this, everything that is going on,
how many people out there have roommates?
is
How many people out there have husbands or wives?
Big shout out to everyone watching. It's Jrod on Point. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the content.
Were they asking that because
we watch Lana Oriani? It's a great listening. Big shout out to Lana.
Like, hey, we're trying to get into these phones. You could really help us if you know them. You know,
Lana's a great listening.
I'm curious of what the question was for.
But in my opinion, when Kiely Goncalves' cell phone shut off, that's when they were dying or they were dead already. Were about to die, dying, or already passed away.
So here's Laker reporting, and this is where I think Ann Taylor was like, you definitely have to have some communications with them in text. So I want to point this out, which is this is a
and another thing that I want to point that out.
11, but it was for something he did on January 6th, which is Laker.
Another thing that I want to point that out is like
he retrieved evidence from
what type of investigation Moscow PD did in this case, because
those items and transported them to Idaho State.
Everything that it has come out, it says ISP. It says Idaho State Police, like Idaho State Police, they like the majority, not all the work.
This doesn't scream lazy. I just don't know what.
So it seems like
if you want to know what I took,
basing his work on someone else's experience and someone else's opinion.
Right on that.
Without paying
everybody else
any type of work,
Blake like is stating what they're.
It's like, just give me what you got. I'll put it on paper, and it is what it is.
And anyways, on this date, he transports items to the MPD or from MPD to ISP. Okay, while he's there, he's given them several items. The lab had tested and were able to be returned, so it was a swap there. Okay. So he's bringing them stuff and he's getting stuff, okay? He said, I signed for all the items and completed the chain of custody paperwork on the bags. Okay, great. But doesn't write any of that in his report here. Prior to coming back, though, to Moscow, because this is out in Boise, he sought that Dylan Mortensen's residence in Boise to retrieve the personal items which had been released to her, which was earlier in the week by accident.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
And I returned to Moscow, Idaho. Okay.
Why any property,
Moscow,
any belongings they lose inside of the house was given back to the owners?
I left
everything inside of the house was supposed to be evidence,
personal items locked in the vehicle.
Inside of the house was supposed to be
and on 1/9/2023, so 3 days later.
Unfortunately, for whatever they own inside of the house, it was supposed to be lost. It's supposed to be lost.
I locked it in this
not going nowhere onto the resolution of this case, but that never happened.
Locked in this vehicle that I was driving.
They tampered with the crime scene was tampered
and I placed
right
them
away,
in a secure
right after the death.
One item of note is as the items were being loaded into the vehicle, I was driving a Ford Fusion. We were able to get everything into the vehicle except you were driving the Ford Fusion. Oh my God. So in case there's any DNA in this car, it's because of these items.
Wow.
This is the Ford Fusion. This is the undercover's car.
Right.
This is why is everybody using this only vehicle for everything in this case. I can't. I don't understand what's going on. So please help me understand this. So one item of note is as the items
Moscow PD was running a sham or investigation.
As the items were being loaded into the vehicle I was driving.
Like I've been telling you, it seems like
we were able to get everything into the vehicle except
like I've been telling you, they knew the truth long time ago. They knew the truth as soon as it happened. That's why all the cleaning,
Except
that's
a
why all
small
the
table. We had
chaos
attempted several
control,
times
all
to
these
get the table
damage
into
control,
the
all this other
vehicle, but
stuff.
it was not going to fit. Where is this?
Like for this to
Blank
happen in
blank
the way
stated
that
they
it
did not
sounds
care
like,
if the table was
it had to
returned.
be
So
cooperation
she
from
had
all the
her
way from the top
husband
of
break the table
everything, and
and
top of
place
Brit
it in the
Life, and top of
vehicle.
University, and
What?
top of DOJ, and everything from that locality. Like everybody was supposed and did move along and push together to
What is going?
create and
Why did they just
fabricate
get
this
an
case.
SUV
It
out
seems like,
there?
in my opinion, again,
Why
I
did
don't
they
know
get
nothing,
some?
right?
You guys have like
I
U-Haul.
only know what they've
Just
been sharing,
broke it.
and for what they've
You
been
know, Dylan was
sharing
like, I don't care if I
in this
ever see that
case,
again. Okay.
it seems like it's like the government freaked out. It's like the whole
I'm
Greek
so
community
confused
freaked
though.
out,
Okay.
and they all
So are they? Is
literally
he
took
saying
8
that
hours, not just to
when he
tamper
went
with
to
the
Dylan's
evidence,
to
but
get these
also
items,
clean and plan what was
one of
about to
these
be the
items
narrative that was
could
about to
not
be
fit unless we
used?
broke it?
Sometimes I think
I
that
mean,
that
isn't
same
it
night they
unstring
chose
something?
and
I
Bryan
just don't even
Kohberger,
know.
they just needed. I believe
So
that
on
same night
1/10/2023,
they
I told Ann
literally
Taylor,
chose,
defense counsel for the suspect, about why
in
and
my
who
opinion,
broke the table.
Kopaka, and then Plan
So
B
you didn't ask Ann
Kohberger. So
Taylor
if
about that
Kopaka don't
first
work, we go
to
for
say like maybe she'd be
Kohberger.
like, okay,
Both
well,
from
there's another
Pennsylvania,
way to
both
do this.
BKs, both white
Go and
Helantras,
get a
both
different
no one
vehicle
cares
to go
about
pick it
them
up.
within the locality.
Again,
But then how come did they end up
this is how
killing
Blicker
Kopaka?
handles things.
Like, I understand the reasons of what
A
could be
trip
the
to
reason
Boise with
of them
evidence
killing
and
Kopaka,
retrieval of property.
like him not
Okay.
cooperating or whatnot, knowing a
Again,
little too much.
on
Big shout
January
out to Amy
6,
Conway. Thank you for
2023,
being
at
here. I
around
appreciate
7 in
it.
the morning, I
Hello,
retrieved
Amy.
evidence from MPD
Amy found her way home.
from Tim.
Big
I
shout out to
signed for
Amy.
the
Thank you for
items
being
and I
here. I
transported
appreciate
them
it.
to the Idaho State Police Forensic
But it
Lab.
seems like, Amy,
I
correct
took
me if
the
I'm wrong.
plainclothes fusion mobile with me.
It
Okay,
seems that
that's what I
this
drove.
whole investigation,
He doesn't say that in the beginning though. Here he waits. So refer, and I'm not going to tell you
was
what evidence I took there and what evidence
prepared
I came back with. You just need to refer to evidence tech Tim,
and put in
okay,
motion
and his records for
before
what
the
specific items
911
were
call.
transported.
It seems
So there's
like
time for this,
for
okay?
all the information that we've been
Once I
having since
arrived in
2022 and now what is been
Meridian,
coming out right now,
Boise, I transferred the items from the MPD to ISP
it
intake
seems like
receptionist. All items were signed for
they
chain of
knew
custody.
right away, like this was
I was then
communicated to
given
the
several items
higher
the
ups,
lab had tested
and they
and were
all
able to be
went to the
returned to
scene
MPD
and
for
witnessed
storage.
what happened.
I signed for all of those items and completed
But
the chain
then
of
if it
custody
was
paperwork
right
on the
away,
bags. Prior to
it
coming
said that
back to
Sana didn't
Moscow,
die right away.
I texted Dylan
So what? Did
and
Dylan
told her
and
that I would
everybody else
bring my whip
involved in this case
through and pick up
so
and retrieve these
they
personal
seen
items,
Sana
which had been
dying?
accidentally released to her. Okay,
I
it
could
was
only
earlier in
imagine the
week,
conversations
just by
happening
accident,
at that
y'all. It's not a
moment.
big
What
deal.
Sana was what
I
Sana was
packed
yelling
these
at them or
belongings
telling them, or
into my
probably
vehicle
cursing the
and I
fuck out of
returned
them,
to
like, you know what I
Moscow.
mean?
Like everything was fine. Like he doesn't want to write where
This
this
is how I've been
occurred
saying
at.
from the
He's
very
like, I just
beginning. It
packed it all
seems
in.
like they
Once back in
wanted to
Moscow,
make
I booked
sure
all the
that the
evidence from the
victims
state
were
lab back into
dead.
properties.
They
What we do, people.
they
I
wanted to
left
make sure the victims
Dylan's
were dead
personal items locked
and no one
in
survived.
the vehicle I was driving. And on
It's very macabre. It's
1/9/2023,
very, very,
I
very
transported
like
these items to the city shop and I
not
placed
just
them in
the
a secure
commission of the
garage.
crime,
Yes,
but
they
also
stayed
the
in my Ford
decisions
Fusion, just
of
locked,
the people in
okay,
power
for 3 days.
to say the heck with the victims.
A whip
We're gonna
is a
protect the
vehicle.
university and the students
Okay.
that could commit this crime, or they actually at that moment, in my
So here,
opinion,
this
they
vehicle
knew
from 1/6 to 1/9 was
who
parked.
committed these crimes.
Who knows, just chilling.
But
But it
again,
was
it's not
definitely
about them. It's
locked.
about the University
And
of Idaho.
then
It's about
I need to tell you
protecting
guys
the
though,
integrity of not just the university, but the students too.
one item of note is as the items were being loaded into the vehicle I was driving, which was
And
a
it's like,
Ford Fusion,
no one is gonna believe
we were
that
able to
we
get
all
everything
plotted
into the vehicle except
to cover
a
this
table.
crime just to
And it
save
was just a small table,
the
but it was a
reputation
table. And we attempted
the
several
enterprise.
times to get this table in
Nobody's
the
gonna believe
vehicle,
that. Nobody's
but it
gonna
was
believe that.
not
We
going to fit.
all. So guess what?
Like,
If
it
I
was
go
just
down,
not
y'all all
gonna
go
fit.
down.
So
We live vandals, we die vandals, right?
Dylan
Hooray. Okay.
stated that she did not care if the table was ever returned to her. So
This is why this whole investigation from the very beginning
she
is
had
like
her
who was on
husband,
charge?
as I think it
Who
says
was making
Dylan's
the
mom
calls?
stated,
Captain Barrett.
So
Obviously, Brett
she had her
Payne got it
husband
like a
break the
24
table and
hours
place it in
later.
the
But then it was not
So not
informed
even
to the
Detective
family of the
Blaker did it.
victims
We
until
allowed Dylan's
right before
stepdad,
Kohberger was
it
arrested.
looks like, to do this. Who knows?
It's like they're gonna Calvin say, like, yeah,
But
we found out
I
right
want to tell
before Bryan
everybody, says
Kohberger was
Blaker,
about
that
to get
on
arrested.
1/10/2023,
We found out
I
that Brett
told
Payne
Ann
was the one on
Taylor,
charge
defense
when we
counsel for
thought
Bryan
it was
Kohberger,
Captain Barrett.
about this incident
And it's like,
and
what?
why and who broke the table.
Are you serious? Me and Lana said,
So,
wow, at the same time.
did Dylan's
Big shout out to Lana. She amazing.
nothing
I
to
pick
see
on her
here?
here and there. It's because we appreciate her work.
Okay. So that's special.
How's Amy Conway doing today?
Why didn't they ask Ann Taylor about before they broke it? Because they got these things because Ann Taylor was like requesting these items. And there's two of the items that actually had blood on them. The blanket and the jacket that were in Dylan's room. But she wanted this table. Again, it was in Dylan's room. And these lists of these items, which they're not clearly listed out for us to see because Blaker said go fetch. And then he called up Ann Taylor and said, hey, we got your items, but just so you know, the table's broke, and this is who broke it, and this is why they broke it. Okay? We'll talk to you later. Bye, Ann. Okay. Like,
I'm doing
what?
great, Amy. I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing.
I don't think I've ever read a report like that in my life.
I'm doing good. I'm glad that I'm here. I'm
Why
just
is
happy
everybody
that I'm
driving
here.
around that Ford
Right.
Fusion? Everybody gets a turn. Yeah, that hoe. That Ford Fusion is nothing but a hoe. Everybody gets a turn with the Ford Fusion.
So that Ford Fusion, it was being used by
driving a Ford
everyone.
Fusion. Then I just left all the items in the car for 3 days because I wasn't going to drive it over to that shithole garage that we're storing stuff out. I'm going to go when I have time. And I had time on the,
Take a little
I don't know, the
break.
9th.
Okay.
So all that stuff stayed in the car for 3 days. Then I drove it over there on the 9th, took it all out, put it in that garage. Is that the same garage for... Yeah, I don't know. That's just the garage it was in. But then I called Ann Taylor and told her about it on the 10th. That, hey, Dylan's stepdaddy broke that shit. Not us. And this is why. It wouldn't fit in my Fusion. You know, that undercover cop car that looks tan?
Yeah, but then how can that be confirmed? Like, and listen, everything and every single
there's
matter
DNA all
that
over
is
that
reported
Reported
in
that
this
table,
case
y'all. Come on now.
was supposed to have a conversation, a confirmation of facts.
Anyways,
you can
we'll
just
end this marathon right there.
You can just write it all
up.
Is
that right?
And then
what would you have done if you were a lawyer and you heard this story?
Of what I'm
like,
saying,
you did
like,
what?
Where's the proof of the narrative that I'm reported in this?
You broke the table. Yeah, it wouldn't fit in my Fusion. And what the fuck? What don't you get? Yeah, but I got your shit here.
To Lana.
What? You broke? No, I didn't break the table, Ann. Dylan's stepdaddy broke the table. What?
The title.
Yeah, they were fine with it being broken because they didn't want it anymore. So they said, bust that shit up and take it out of here. That's what we did. And you got any questions, you call up Chief Fry. Better yet, call the FBI because you can't get shit out of them, so deal with it. Blaker says nothing further. Ann Taylor's like, what in the world is going on around here?
It's
Can you
crazy.
imagine, like, dude, Dylan's family gets pulled into this shit, and Dylan's family's like, we didn't ask for this. We
Right.
didn't know. Like, what? Like, why are you bringing us into this? Do you think that Dylan's stepdad was like, why the hell am I breaking this? And we just broke the legs off. Chill. And all you want to do is get killers off. So fuck you, Anne. Chill. You're gonna get your little evidence here. You think Anne? You think Anne was like, this is like literally 11 days into her being on the case. And pipe it, girl. We got your fucking evidence, okay? Calm down, girl. Wait, this report I'm reading, it says that this shit was just chilling in the car for 3 days, unattended. Yeah, but it was locked, and nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. You knew that you were going there to pick up evidence, and you knew what it consisted of, and you took a Ford Fusion?
That shit crazy.
Don't you guys have, like, I don't know,
Wow.
SUVs? Come on, Ann. What's your problem, girl? Well, you would have known what you were going to pick up, right? Is that right? And so you chose to take the Ford Fusion, knowing that you needed to bring back a table? How dense are you? I don't know what you're talking about, Anne. You know we got your man by the nuts. All you care about is this damn table. Yep, ask see that on the stand. I have no problem, girl. Can you imagine their conversation? Not like any of that transpired, but if you were to really have like a SmackDown session. And then Ann Taylor has to relay this to Mathis, and she's like probably like, Ann, what did they I'm calling him myself. I like to speak with Detective Blaker. Hi, yeah, this is Elisa. And I represent Bryan Kohberger. That's right. What's this? I hear you were breaking tables and just shoving them in a Ford Fusion Focus.
Wow.
What were you driving?
Right.
Did you take any pictures of this? Were you wearing a body camera?
Right. Where is the confirmation that everything that is being spoken?
Girl,
right.
You know I leaked all this shit to Dateline, right?
This shit crazy.
Oh, girl, Dateline already knows about this. They've been known. Wait, let me get this straight. You went to Boise in a Ford Fusion. Is that the same one that those undercovers were driving? That's right. Now I gotta go. Dateline's calling. Okay. All right, you guys. Until next time. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Go check it out for yourselves. It is report number. Oh, where is it?
Big shout out to Lana. Keep up the great work.
Yep, there it is. It's report number 116. 116. There you go.
And change the title.
Report 116. Go get it. Go fetch. Justin Blaker. He took a desk and let Dylan's stepdad just bust it. All right. And then it's okay because we have it. We got it. It's all stored. There you go. Get a nice picture of it.
A lot of people think it's
Dustin Blaker.
So unexperienced by cops. My opinion.
Don't worry, I'll call
yes.
Taylor up no, this is who did it, and this is why we did it.
Yeah, in my opinion,
but you can have the table for the rest of the duration of this trial.
Prepped up.
Dylan said she does not want it back.
Give it to the officers to do.
Can you believe this shit?
They were told exactly what to do.
And then of all cars, the Ford Fusion.
Again, for a fact, Dane was told what to do because he did not know what to do. Big shout out to Lana, though. Big shout out to Lana.
You guys are all gems. Do me a favor. You're going to have an opinion on the video. If you watch this on replay, use the comment section.
Big shout out to Lana Oriani. That was a great listening. She's amazing. Everybody go and subscribe to Lana. Big shout out to her. But yeah, I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention to what's going on though. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things coming out. It's a lot of things coming out, and people don't understand reasonings of all. You know, and sometimes I sit here and it's like, how can you not understand what's going on? If y'all say that y'all have pay attention to this case, like y'all say that y'all have, how can y'all even doubt the outcome and doubt what's going on right now and what is being exposed? Hold up, mommy's home. Mommy's home. 1 second, please. Real life. Everybody here. Happy Labor Day, Amy Conway. You know I'm a chop it up, chop it up. We are here. The On Point Rican. It was a great listening to Lana Oriani marathon. That was great. It was a good listening. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Every day, today's topic: the truth is getting exposed daily, and appeal is a most. Big shout out to everybody that's watching. It's Jrod on point. We are here. We are here. Man, listen, it's what can I say? Sometimes knowing what you know instead of be advantage for you is a disadvantage. And I repeat, sometimes knowing what you know about a case, especially us being confirmed, especially us our information since 2022 about this case, now more than ever, as documents been coming out, as content creators been putting that content out, it hit different. We have been validated more than ever, and instead of that being our favor, it seems that it's more against us than in our favor. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Love you. It seems like, and I'm gonna repeat that though. I'm gonna repeat that instead of the information that we have provided here now, after now in 2025, we're talking about this has been a journey since 2022, right after the Kiely Rodni case started slowing down. The Idaho full pop out of nowhere. And the clock of the night. No pun intended. The Idaho full sounded. The reason why I started putting content out is, way before I started putting content out, the reason why I got myself to the point that I understood that I'm working on the Kiely Rodni case, but then now this case sounds like the Kiely Rodni case 2.0. Because he's like, can I have one? I'm gonna grab two. Thank you, baby. Woo, some pork rinds. Thank you, mommy. Some pork rinds. Delicioso. I remember in 2022, I was preparing a piece of content about the Kiely Rodni case. I remember like it was yesterday. I was putting a piece of content about the Kiely Rodni case, and out of nowhere, thank you, baby. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Who's the best? Mommy the best. Who's the best? Mommy the best. Love you, babe. Thank you. Yeah, give it to mommy, baby. Give it to mommy. Delicioso pork rinds. So I remember like it was yesterday. I was putting a piece of content together for the Kiely Rodni case, and the Idaho 4 pop up on the timeline, and I was like, what it caught my attention, it was the locality. What okay, it was not just the type of and the gravity of the crime and the multiple victims involved, but it was also the location. And what I mean with the location is right in the center of a Greek life community in that one particular area. Remember, I want to make sure that everybody understand Greek Road, and the Greek life community is everywhere in the United States of America, even where I'm located at. Anywhere is a college, it's a fraternity, it's a sorority, is Greek life. So Greek life is everywhere in the United States of America. So the Greek life that we have, or that y'all have in Moscow, Idaho, is represented by many other Greek life around the globe. And they are all one, and they are all moved together. All for one, one for all. The Greek way. So when I realized that the first thing that it came out of the news media outlets was that this crime occurred, in the center of a very particular 1%er community, which is the Greek life community. It's only a very chosen few that gets to participate in the festivities of the Greek life community. It's only a very chosen few. So I say that to say this. In the same way, that's a very particular community. Big shout out to Lucy. Beep beep. Thank you for being here, Lucy. We was watching Lana. I say a little bit of Lana live stream in the beginning of this show. Big shout out to Lucy. Thank you for being here. Very so much appreciated. But in the same way, this community is very particular. It's very 1%. It's very, very chosen few. In the same way, we understand that this very chosen few of Greek life they will and must protect themselves from themselves. So in other words, The only way for this to happen, it was between them. It's like, big shout out to Bryan. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It's like this, an outsider, and this is, and y'all need to understand, I'm speaking on the previous information that we have brought up in this case and matching it up with what's out there right now. A lot of people really looked at us like conspiracy theorists. And I'm like, how can you call someone a conspiracy theorist when the information that is being shared is out there for you to see? It is, I'm not speaking on nothing that is not out there. And I'm talking about from the very beginning of the case. Everything we share, it was what was made public, and then compare it with the word of the streets. The same word of the streets that Olivia Goncalves was trying to pacify through the news media outlets when she said, stop spreading false rumors. From the very beginning, from the very top, Olivia Goncalves said, stop spreading false rumors. Yes, for real, the information, and big shout out to Heather Fitzgerald, the information that is being presented since Bryan Kohberger took a plea match all the information that not just myself, but all the beloved content creators of this space, and y'all know those names, 9 times out of 10 they are in this chat, or if not, I'm on their chat. But again, big shout out to Lana, Harsh Reality, all these other beautiful, amazing content creators, you know, Willie, big shout out to Willie. There's many others out there. I also send a shout out to a new content creator. Let me be frank with you. And after I made the video, the invitational video to have a conversation in my channel about it, about the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case, it seems that after the introductory invitational video, reaching out for approach, yeah, that's the same guy that he was talking on, you know what I mean, talking, hating on Willie and all these other stuff. Big shout out to Willie. It seems by the time I look at the tag on my description, it seems the guy took the channel down. So I'm over here like, what did I do? What did I do? The only thing that I wanted to do, it was having a conversation with someone that it seems that is at the other side of the fence with the about this Idaho 4 case. Someone that I believe that is a passionate guilter, new content creator at that. Big shout out to Leslie and Billy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here on that On Point Rican channel. Big shout out. You know, a lot of things are going on. We are not gonna talk about it, but those that know what's going on. Not just with me, but within the channel. Y'all know what's going on. Listen, we don't have to publish more than was already published, but please make sure that every channel on the network, please make sure that y'all subscribe to all the channels on the network, because if you don't find me here, you will find me somewhere else. And if anytime you see Jrod on point disappearing from YouTube, you will always find me. If you follow the channels, you're always gonna find me. Listen, it don't matter if we have to start from the very beginning. We always gonna be here talking true crime and giving our opinion, and hopefully it'll be appreciated by everyone. But big shout out to Lucy Morningstar. Big shout out to Heather. Very much appreciated. Heather said that on Puerto Rican. You notice how Doc recorded, reminded everyone of the Predator of Prey channel video with the boyfriend of Dylan's best friend. Oh yeah. I remember that though. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that channel that pop off about Dylan's friends. It was things that they said. It was things that that person said though. It was things that that person's so-called friends of Dylan said that it caught my attention, especially about Dylan's demeanor right after the situation. Yeah. He morphed into Daniel. Facts. Big shout out to Heather. Big shout out to Heather. But fact, yeah. But one of the things that he was very particular, it was that Dylan's friends asked Dylan if she was okay. And Dylan replied back like, yeah, I'm okay. Why y'all acting weird? Like she really was unfazed by everything that it was going on. But then in the body cam footage and in court, oh my God, it was a weird man. But I didn't call 911. I just don't know I was too drunk. I don't know if it was real. No, that's not Kohberger. No. I know, baby. I'm sorry, man. But then her friend said, Dina, you all right? And she said, yeah, of course I'm all right. Why y'all acting weird? And then all this other stuff about her doing gaming and want to get on Twitch and content creation and whatnot. And she was trying to father her gaming community. So obviously Dylan was not really much phased about whatever was going on, but then on camera, lights, camera, action, let's go. And quick on the pep on the step two. Listen, I don't know. Yeah, allegedly, supposedly, and listen, I don't know nothing. Heather, right? Listen, by the way, the link is on top. Listen, it's a lot of people tag on this live stream. Hopefully they all pull up. Big shout out to Harsh Reality. I did tag Lana. You know what I'm saying? Sleuty Goose. Dago. I think I even tag Willie. I did tag Willie on this one too. Yeah, I did. Big shout out to Willie. Did y'all seen in the body cam footage when the cop was talking to Dylan? And after Dylan was done saying what she was saying, the cop said, like, yeah, good job. Just stick to your story. Say to them the same thing that you told me, and you'll be okay. Then y'all heard that. Is it me? Y'all call me the crazy Rican. He's like, this Rican don't know nothing. He don't know nothing. He only know about chalupitas. He only know about relleno con papas and chuletas and pork rinds. You know what I mean? Like, a little bit. But in these true crime streets, you have to be a little cuckoo for cocoa puff to deal with the hate. Because you see, you know what's crazy? When be sure I tell me can't wait. It's crazy when we've been called pro burgers, right? But the only thing that we ask the guilters is like, in what you basing yourself for you to have you stand. But please don't tell me anything out of the whatever you heard on the news media outlets. I want the guilters to literally make sense outside of he confessed and outside the multitude, the vast evidence pile that they have. Like y'all need to be detailed. Because if we're gonna sit there, we're gonna talk about the IGG. Just if we gonna sit there and talk about IGG, right? So then now we have to talk about where's the proof, where's the sheet. They can't even come up with a chief. Like, okay, I understand. First and foremost, I do. But even though if you don't want to show, even though if you don't want to show the sheath, like a picture of a sheath, hey, yeah, this is the sheath that we said that it was there. No, we don't get that. We don't even get pictures. We don't even get video. We don't even get nothing where it will show where that sheath was located at. We don't get none of that. Where is the video? Where is the picture? Where is in any report outside of Brett Payne, especially from the ISP, because it seems like Moscow PD didn't do no work. It seems that Moscow PD waited for everything the ISP did and FBI did, and then they put it together. That's what it seems like. It really does not look like Brett Payne did any work. Again, big shout out to Kathy from the Indie Zone. Big shout out to Kathy, ladies. Say hi to Kathy. Kathy, I'm gonna make you moderator. Big shout out to Kathy from the Indie Zone. Kathy, the link is on top. The link is on top. If you want to share with us a little bit of what you think about this case, feel free to hit the link. Big shout out to Kathy from the Indie Zone. We if you allow us, we will share a little bit of your content in a little bit, Kathy. I had it already on standby. to share some of you latest content. Big shout out to Kathy from the Indie Zone. Welcome to our group of moderators. Thank you so much. Big shout out, round of applause for Kathy from the Indie Zone. Thank you so much for being here. Very so much appreciate it. Ladies, a round of applause to Kathy. We love teacher Kathy around here. She's amazing. She's very eloquent, very smart and polite young lady. Oh, big shout out, big shout out. No worries, no worries. Enjoy. Happy Labor Day. Enjoy Labor Day. Thank you so much, Kathy. We have open door policy here for you and for all content creators that want to come and have great conversations about the Idaho phone Bryan Kohberger case and many other cases. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause to Kathy from the Indie Sound. Please. Thank you so much, Kathy. The ladies have much love for you. We all have much love for you. You make our life and the true crime community easier. It's a breath of fresh air listening to your podcast. Very digestible, amazing information that you bring to the table, and we don't have nothing but appreciation to Kathy from the Indie Zone. Thank you so much. Very appreciate it. One of the best, if not the best, content creator and the document expose business. Thank you so much for Kathy and the Indie Zone. Very amazing. Thank you so much. We're humbled that to have you here. Thanks, Jrod. Please keep addressing the sheep. In my opinion, that's the question. Yes. Thank you, Kathy. Using Kathy's premises on that angle is very important for us, the public, especially us that have been very skeptical about this case since 2022. Because again, I totally understand now why people would look at us as conspiracy theorists. Because again, coming from the Kiely Rodni case, a lot of people was calling me a conspiracy theorist from the very beginning. But I'm glad that we have proved people wrong. And we have proved people that in reality, we are very passionate in search for the truth. And we ask a lot of uncomfortable questions. We do ask a lot of uncomfortable questions. And I think that's the only way to go about it. So in this case, in this one particular case, Idaho for Bryan Kohberger case, the most important piece of evidence that was brought up to the table for the arrest of Bryan Kohberger was a DNA microscopical transfer DNA. Because I'm thinking about the proper terms, because again, in court, this was debated of how. Big shout out to Kathy. Yes. Thank you for being here, Kathy. We appreciate you. We honor to have you here. Big shout out to Kathy in the Indie Zone. Please, everyone, make sure that y'all go and subscribe to Kathy in the Indie Zone. She about to hit 5,000 subs. Let's go. Big shout out to Kathy. It's a pleasure for us to have you here. But yes, please, like Amy Conway, Boss Lady, I advise you, please make sure that he likes, subscribe, and share the content. We very much appreciate it. We're trying to grow. Once again, we're trying to grow and reach out to our community. So everybody found their way home. Very so much appreciated. Big shout out to Lucy, Morningstar, Heather Fitzgerald. Big shout out to Kane and Twizzle. Big shout out to Twizzle. Where's Twizzle? Big shout out to Trisha and Christy Nevada. Big shout out to Echoes of Clarity and Christina Nevada. Thank you so much. Very appreciated. Please make sure to hit the like button. So in this case, the most important piece of evidence, it was Twist in the bathroom. It was this piece of evidence, this microscopical particles of DNA that were found in the brass button of a sheath. So that DNA that it was located at that sheath, it was an IgG created out of that, and they build a profile. A professional and an expert on DNA from the FBI advise that in their opinion, but then their opinion seems like these day-to-day baseless because they don't show work done to confirm that assessment. At this day-to-day, even though if you're trying to have in secret some kind of investigative techniques, and you don't want to give the secret of how your technique goes all about to the public, in my opinion, you still have to give the powers to be in court all the materials of how you got to those conclusions, even though it's not going to be shared in totality to the rest of the world, but it's to the 100% open and able to be shown and fully exposed to court staff, defense team, such and so on and so on. You have to open the books of how you got to the conclusion in that IgG procedure. Way before an IgG product was finalized, which was finalized when trash was dug out from a trash bin in Pennsylvania, it gave me the contradiction of how and with what you had a warrant for a fugitive of the law created in Idaho, Layton County, Idaho. A warrant for a fugitive of the law was created, expedited. In my opinion, when you have on your hands the warrant of fugitive of the law warrant, you have to have something to base yourself on. You have to have something. Because if at that point, the IgG was not confirmed and it was just an opinion, in my opinion, because if you're going to have your opinion, I'm going to have mine. They did not have substantial evidence to even have a warrant for a fugitive of the law expedited against Bryan Kohberger. Because at that moment, all information available outside of the IgG, as a matter of fact, IgG could not even be introduced to get this warrant because it was not even confirmed that I was the guy. So what you give to a judge for you to get a warrant of a fugitive of the law to cross state lines all the way across the nation to Pennsylvania, request the assistance of the local state police and agencies in the area, having them create warrants based on that warrant from Layton County. We know evidence. We know evidence. What did they show? I don't care if it was Megan Marshall, whoever expedite this warrant of the fugitive of the law. Outside of the IG at that moment, outside of the IGG, because at that moment, right? At that moment, the IGG was supposed to be irrelevant, because obviously the IGG became relevant after you are already in Pennsylvania digging in trash and pulling out DNA to then confirm you IGG. So at the time that you get the warrant in Layton County, what did you have on hand to give a judge for you to get that warrant? What did you have that would be solid enough for a judge to expedite a warrant? Cell phone data? You was not supposed to have it by then, and it seems that you did. Video, pictures of the alleged vehicle. If you don't have license plate reader that it tells you this one particular that you see in this picture, in this video, it is the car. And then now, if that's the car, now you have to confirm and find a way to find out who was driving that car. None of that was done. None. Nada. No picture, no video. Again, you was not supposed to have the cell phone data by then, but somehow you have some kind of cast pre-done already by Balance. How? And then Balance put it on the table with Mary, and then Payne draft with whatever Balance give Maury, draft a possible route. We know reliable information, because you're not supposed to have Bryan Kohberger's cell phone at that time and point. But it seems that you did. So with cell phone data, pictures and video of a possible car, and Dylan Mortensen's narrative was not enough to have a warrant, because that's all you had. Dylan Mortensen's narrative that she contradicts on the interviews, but you still try to use her pictures and cell phone data. None of that stuff was supposed to be relevant at the time the warrant came out. How a warrant was expedited to go and get Kohberger, because that warrant was what it gave Moscow PD the excuse to go all the way to Pennsylvania and keep searching for evidence. But the warrant is for a body. The warrant is for you to pinpoint the target, the person that you said that is your fugitive of the law. You pinpoint it, you spot it out, you get him. You don't have to sit there. You don't have to sit there. Look what he's doing, if he's picking his nose or whatnot. You don't have to see what he's doing. You don't have to set civilians or nothing for it. Because guess what? You have a warrant for a fugitive of the law on someone that if you ran the background check, it doesn't have not even police contact. It doesn't have no violence, period, of nothing. You wouldn't know that this is a college student too. So the respect that you give the alleged killers, students of the University of Idaho, the respect that you gave the alleged killers, you couldn't give it to Kohberger? Well, you don't have no evidence to even have a warrant in there. Because you know how we know that? Because if you have evidence to sustain the warrant, you would have went and arrest Kohberger. You wouldn't went to fish for DNA. Like y'all work backwards. Y'all work backwards. Y'all got the warrant for someone that you said this is the guy, because we got proof that this is the guy. So we need this warrant to go across the nation to go and get him. But instead of you going and get the guy, you have the warrant as an excuse to go and get DNA to actually confirm whatever IgG you say you done. But at this day today is no proof of a sheath ever existed. The same thing that I told you, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. And first and foremost, the DNA found at the crime scene and on the fingernails and all that stuff is from students of the University of Idaho. We don't need to keep replying the names. Even Dylan show up. Even Dylan Mortensen has shown up as a suspect. Even Dylan Mortensen, after all that show, at this day today, it seems like she's showing as a possible suspect too. But we do not just have discrepancies on a warrant that allow a task force to go to Pennsylvania to dig into a trash instead of go and get your man, right? The warrant, it was for you to have an excuse to fetch for what you needed to make the warrant be legal. Because up to the moment that you got the DNA out of the trash can and you send the whatever you sent to match it with whatever IgG you done, right? No, you only needed DNA that you did not have, because like I told ya before, Moscow PD never had no DNA to play with. They lied their way to Pennsylvania to then have the DNA they needed to have on the sheath that they created. I've been telling y'all this since 2022. And I'm so glad that at this day today, all this stuff is blowing on all everybody's faces. I'm so very happy that all the lies and all this shit that they talked about me is blowing up on their faces. And I gotta appreciate, again, Lucy Morningstar. I gotta appreciate Amy Conway. I gotta appreciate Jane, Joanne, Cave Lynn, all the moderators in this channel. Kane. I gotta appreciate y'all, because y'all gave me the benefit of the doubt and y'all stuck with me through thick and thin, and I have to appreciate y'all for that. But I told y'all, don't be surprised, and first and foremost, the DNA from the alleged killers are students of the University of Idaho. I also told y'all, don't be surprised if the sheath was made up. The DNA on the alleged sheath, the alleged DNA on the alleged sheath, it was never real. It was never truth. In the investigation, cops cannot get in trouble for lying to you. So how the cops utilize that loophole? We're going to tell the world in the middle of this investigation that we have DNA on this sheath that we created in the imagination. And we're going to say that it was DNA on that sheath. But in reality, we never had no sheath. We never had no extra outside of DNA besides whatever was already in there. But they lie. They lie their way to Pennsylvania. The warrant was the excuse to fish for DNA in a trash can. Because right after they fish for DNA on the Kohberger's trash and they found Kohberger's DNA, that was when they ever put hands on Kohberger DNA to place it on the imaginary sheet, in my opinion. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this live stream. I gotta appreciate all the mods, all the subscribers. Thank you so much for finding your way back home. Big shout out to Lana, Oriani. We was watching Lana in the beginning of the show. Make sure y'all give Lana a like and subscribe. Nobody pop up for the panel. It's all good. Cause listen, we keep it short, we keep it funky. You know what I'm saying? And we still have more live streams to come and have more conversations. So to not stretch the content too much, I think we did great for today. I appreciate it. Big shout out to Miss Shantae. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Very so much appreciate. I appreciate all those all those new subscribers. Please make sure to click like, subscribe, and share the content. Thank you, Lucy Morningstar. Thank you, Amy Conway, Jane, Joanne, all the moderators on this channel. Very so much appreciate it. And I don't want to leave without telling you, as always, believe in yourself because I believe in you. If I did it, you could do it too. I ain't nothing special. I believe that you're going to take the best decisions in your life for yourself and for everyone around you. Love yourself and take care of yourself so you'll be able to love and take care of others. Please make sure, come back at me because we got more to talk about. Happy Labor Day, everyone. Thank you for being here. Mama Bear here. Kids are here. Say hi, baby. Hi. 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 So big shout out to everyone that was here. Very appreciated. We're going to come back with more content. And hey, don't forget, I have a live stream on the main channel that I need to start soon. So pay attention when that live stream goes up because I guess we're lucky. Yeah. Big shout out to the whole family. It's Jrod on point. And I'm going to leave you with your favorite song, my favorite song. You so sexy. Big shout out to everyone.
Salga la luz, sexy millal, la que me tira a la guiña, aunque andes con su man, vamos a misionar.
Come over here and let me know your name, boy. Your sexy smile got me checking for your seal. You caught my eyes and I'm seeing if you're single. Do you wanna get to know me?
Como el pan y me gusta tu mirarte. seguro que este viaje te va a enamorar.
Damn, Papi, nah, it's been on you all night.
Yo, baby boo, you know that I got you.
You know you are so sexy.
Oh, by the way, what's your number?
508, I'll give it away.
Oh, for sure.
Keep it on the low, alright?
Kiana!
Done daddy. The way you look, the way you dress, it has me speechless. I can't wait, won't hesitate to sharing your caress. I get the butterflies when you're around me. I'm so curious and wanna take you home with me. Sexy, 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 sexy. I'm over here wondering if you're feeling me.
I feel you, girl.
Sexy, 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 sexy. I wonder how it feels you being with me.
Con Guille de Mago nos vamos a desaparecer, llegando al mundo de la fantasía, para que te des de cuenta que entre tú y yo, mujer, el mundo vamos a recorrer en primera clase, para que nuestras pasiones se puedan desenvolver. Y no es nada raro en cómo todo empezó. Tú me gustaste y yo te gusté. Ahora es que es cámara, luces, acción. Y ten cuidado que el volcán está haciendo erupción.
Sexy.